Good evening and welcome to Capital Online TV News. My name is Anita Nderu and these are the stories making headlines. The government has banned demonstrations within the central business district of Nairobi, Kisumu and Mombasa due to destruction of property. Acting Interior Cabinet Secretary Fred Matiang'i says the city centres will be a no-go zone for protesters planning demonstrations from Friday. Anyone whose property was looted or destroyed during recent demonstrations has been urged to make a formal complaint with the police to facilitate investigations, which will lead to the arrest and prosecution of NASA Executive Director Norman Magaya, who is the demonstration's chief organizer.
Following a meeting of the National Security Advisory Committee this morning, and in accordance with Section 5 of the Public Order Act, due to the clear, present, and imminent danger of breach of peace and public order as witnessed in recent demonstrations, the government notifies the public that, for the time being, we will not allow demonstrations within the central business districts of Nairobi, Mombasa, and Kisumu. The Inspector General of Police has been advised accordingly. Further, in accordance with Article 54 of the Constitution of Kenya and pursuant to the powers accorded to me by Section 22 of the Public Order Act, I will shortly be gazetting regulations that govern the conduct of public processions and demonstrations.
The Hood Group businessmen and professionals have asked the national government and the Nairobi County government to allocate a special place where political demonstrations can be held. Chairman of the group, Nderitu Mwangi, says regardless of the right to hold demonstrations, businesses in the city also have a right to operate without interruption. The group, which consists of over 100 business owners operating in various sectors, also asked the Internal Security Cabinet Secretary and the Inspector General of Police to ensure that the rights of all Kenyans are protected.
Let us bring order and civility to our beloved country, Kenya. This is the 21st century, where we should all be working towards transforming Kenya from a developing country to a developed country.
NASA leader Raila Odinga is in the United Kingdom for a series of high-profile engagements, including giving a lecture at the Royal Institute of International Affairs. The Royal Institute's mission is to analyze and promote the understanding of major international issues and current affairs. The NASA leader will discuss the Supreme Court ruling that nullified the August 8th presidential election and the reforms the opposition would like to see ahead of the 26th October election. He left the country shortly after the Electoral Commission announced that it will include all the 8 presidential candidates for the State House contest, saying Odinga's withdrawal is not binding unless he signs the requisite Form 24A as required by law. Lastly, the African Union Commission says it is closely monitoring the political situation in Kenya, including the decision by NASA leader Raila Odinga to withdraw from the repeat presidential election. In a statement, Chairperson of the Commission, Mustafa Mohammed, appealed to all leaders involved to exercise leadership during this crucial period of the country's democracy to ensure successful completion of the electoral process. He stressed the need for them to also contribute to the preservation of peace and stability in the country. He stated that the AU stands ready to take any initiative deemed appropriate to facilitate the peaceful conclusion of the electoral process. And that's all we had for you today. For the latest on these and other stories, log on to www.capsulefm.co.ke. My name is Anita Nderu. Have yourselves a great evening.